Hi my beautiful YouTube friends, and welcome to my 5th episode in my Swedish Advent calendar. Today I'm going to talk about Swedish Christmas candy. And I mean there's a lot to say about that, but I'm going to focus on what I feel is the more traditional, that's sort of been here for a while, and of course my personal favorites. I want to begin with the ones that you can buy from the store. Because even though classic traditional Christmas candy is both home and handmade, we still buy candy from the store during Christmas. And I think the most common one that I've seen in almost all Christmas celebrations that I've been to are these ones. And let's begin with the chocolate boxes. So these two chocolate boxes, it's the Aladdin chocolate box or Aladdin aske, and the Wiener nougat, which is nougat with flaked almonds in it. And I think these two actually are, for me at least, what I've seen in homes, the most common ones. I mean, you might not have all the candy in one home, but at least one chocolate box for your Christmas celebrations. Other candy that you can buy is the twist bag or a twistpåse, which is an assortment of candy, both chocolate, licorice and a little bit of fudge, I think. And then we have something called skumtomtar, which is kind of hard to explain, but they are kind of candy, foamy, marshmallow-ish kind of little Santas, soft candy that we eat. And even though I do appreciate the chocolate boxes, these are not my personal favorite ones. And of course, since I worked with food before, my favorite Christmas candy is the homemade ones. So we still make a lot of our own candy during Christmas, and I think the most popular one is actually different kind of caramels. A favorite of mine that I think is also made in a lot of households in Sweden is something called Knäck. And it's a type of caramel. It's not as soft as a soft type of caramel, but pretty close. And sometimes, or I think a lot of times, we add chopped almonds to the batter, and then we pour it into these tiny, tiny little cupcake molds. And guys, pouring the batter into these molds is not the easiest of things, but they sure are yummy. And they look a little bit like this. I don't know if you can see this little guy here. Oh, I'm almost losing him. So this is this tiny, tiny cupcake mold. And you just unwrap this and there you go. Maybe I should just pause and eat this. Oh, it never ends either. Herregud. Varför åt jag den här? And you know, they are supposed to be chewy and a little bit soft, but there's always that one grandma or aunt that makes them so hard, almost to the point that you have to visit the dentist after eating one of those bad boys. So the second type of caramel is something we call cola. And this is a little bit softer than Knäck, and it can be flavored with whatever you want. Of course, it can be just flavored, caramel flavored, just neutral. But a lot of times we add stuff like licorice, orange peel, mint, or whatever you prefer. Then of course we have the more like fudgy, I would say, type of caramel that's not really chewy or sticky at all. For me, I prefer the two other ones, but I do like my caramels. That is actually my favorite candy. So, the Marzipan Cake. Well, to be honest, this is not a favorite of mine, but hubby loves them. And the good thing about this is it's super easy to make. I mean, if you have kids, you don't want them burning themselves in hot caramel batter, but one of these guys, well, a smaller version of this, is easy to make, which is marzipan and some melted dark chocolate. So, another classic Christmas candy in Sweden is the Christmas candy bark, or bräck as we call them in Swedish. And they're simply made by melting chocolate or making a caramel and then adding toppings. And when the batter is hard, just crack them in smaller pieces. Like this one that I made yesterday, made with white chocolate, dried cranberries and lingonberries, and a few pistachios. And this is actually a favorite of mine. Okay guys, can you guess what's inside here? It's a personal favorite of mine, and you can buy them, you know, pretty much year round, but during Christmas you can buy them freshly made, and that is, you know, my favorite as well. Just buy them straight out of the pan. And let's see if I can find one. Sugar coated or candied almonds. This is a real favorite of mine, and the best thing is going on a Christmas market with hubby, buying them fresh and just eating a few of these as we stroll along the different you know, booths where you can buy Christmas related crafts. So is that all? Of course not. There are so much candy recipes out there, but these are some of the traditional ones and also my personal favorites. Worth mentioning is something called ice chocolate, of course truffles and different versions, and then something we call mint kisses. Okay guys, this was it for me today. This was a fun and sweet episode, at least for me. I'm gonna take some of the Christmas candy I made and go over to my neighbors and ask them if they want some candy. And I hope you thought this was a fun episode. If you liked it and want to support me, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Until I see you next time, God Jul!